Hello and welcome once again. Now, this is going to be a knife review. This is going to be a review of the Böker Plus XS. Okay. Haven't really got a clue what XS stands for, but that's what it's called. Okay. So here we go. We'll start this video and run through some specifications. The overall length open of this knife is 7.2 inches or 18.4 centimeters. The blade length is 3.3 inches or 8.3 centimeters. The cutting edge, it's the important bit, is the 2.6 inches or 6.6 centimeters. And the weight weighs in at 3.8 ounces or 109.6 grams. Okay, so Böker, if you don't know who they are, they're a knife manufacturer in Germany, Solingen, or I hope I pronounced that right. Sorry if I didn't. They do make some knives overseas though. China. Especially some of their Böker Plus range, okay, which is kind of like their offset. Think of it. You've got SOG and then you've got SOG Fusion. You've got Böker, you've got Böker Plus, and then you've got Spyderco and you've got Bird. I hope that's a good comparison. Anyway, so these are kind of like their cheaper range, okay? You probably saw it in the budget unboxing. Anyway, we'll talk about this knife in particular. So the handle scales are a black G10, okay? They're medium grippiness, probably about the same as a tenacious, probably a little bit slipperier, but very slightly. It's so difficult to compare them. But anyway, that's the handle scales. Okay, so the pocket clip is tip up only, but it is reversible. Okay, so gives you a few options there. The deployment is dual thumb studs. Okay, ambidextrous, and it is hard. It's a hard, slow deployment. However, looking at it, would you really want to deploy this knife fast? Yeah. Okay. So slow deployment, and that is mainly because of the strong backspring. It's a very strong backspring there. So it's the way I'd open it normally. Would just be with two hands, okay? Not saying I've got a weak thumb or anything, but I just would, because it's quite an intimidating knife. It's all black, kind of tactical looking. I don't want to frighten people away from my huge pocket knife. Okay, anyway, so it's a slip it, it's a slip joint basically. The inside, I don't know if you can see, it's difficult, but see the reflection in there. There are inset steel liners. They're not skeletonized, you can tell. Although it's G10, it's pretty beefy, and the weight kind of explains that as well. It's about 109 grams, so it's quite a weighty knife for a non-locking knife anyway. Okay, the ergonomics, as I'm already holding it like that, is it's just comfortable, you know. It is very comfortable. There's only one set of jimping on here. Or grip, I suppose, and that's at the top, the spine of the blade. There's nothing on the choil. I would have liked to have a bit on the choil, but there we go. But it's comfortable. I don't think it is as comfortable as a Spyderco UK pen knife, just because of the way that just swoops. That's it. It just swoops. Whereas the UK PK knife has an extra little bit there which adds to the ergonomics. However, this feels solid in the hand because of the weight, this construction, and that strong backlock. I wouldn't be apprehensive about using this for more demanding cutting tasks, okay? Whereas the Spyderco, I probably would, because it's quite a loose backspring. Anyway, so quite a strong backspring there, quite very comfortable in the hand. I suppose you probably already noticed on the blade there is a marking there and there, and that's not spit or food or anything like that. It's just workmanship. Okay, so with Böker, sometimes you might get a couple of odd glitches on the knives, but to me it's not a huge issue. But I just thought I'd point it out in case your knife looked different, or you've seen a photo where it's completely black. That is just a mark that the knife came with. Live with it. Okay, so the choil is, like I said, your hand fits in well, and the choil, not that you need much of a choil, but I wouldn't feel too comfortable holding it there, just because it is as you can see, a slip joint. Okay, so the steel is 440C, so it's a high-end stainless steel. Okay, I'd rate that higher than 8CR or even OS 8. So it's a decent steel, and Böker have applied this kind of black coating. I don't think it's just paint, because it doesn't feel like a matte paint or any like a matte or a varnish paint. It does feel like there's some extra things going on in the mixture of the coating. But there we go. It is coated. Now it is, as I said at the start, made in China, to reduce the cost and pass it on to the customer, I suppose. And the price reflects that. It is in the UK about £35. Okay, so but for that you're getting decent-ish steel. You're getting G10. You're getting a strong, just a strong nearly said lockback, a strong back spring of a knife that I wouldn't be too apprehensive about using for more demanding tasks. As I've already said, I don't mean to repeat, but I'll just have some comparisons in there. So of course this is probably the main contender. It's not a comparison video, it's just mainly for size really, this one. They're very similar. Of course, to keep it UK legal, it does have to be, the cutting edge does have to be under 3 inches, which they both are. This, I'd say, this is that Böker's main competitor. See, the cutting edge is actually longer on the Spyderco UK penknife, and of course this is probably about half the weight actually. So this is very light, but look at that back spring, so easy and so quick-ish to deploy, whereas this one you really have to use some muscle. Okay, so yeah, and size comparison again, I always do it with a Spyderco Tenacious. Okay, here it is, just gives you some kind of comparison. It's not, is this shades of black? Of course, it's not as black as the Tenacious, but that's purely for size comparison. Okay, so there you have it, the Böker Plus XS. I think it's a very good UK legal knife, if a little threatening. Of course this would be legal to carry, but if I was a copper, they're all different. I'd certainly question why someone would be carrying this, definitely. Just because of the way it looks. I mean, you compare this to something more a little office based, I suppose. Yeah, you get the message, okay. But anyway, I think it's a very good choice. It's cheaper than a few other UK legal knives, and it's got quite decent steel actually. It's got a hard deployment, and it is quite heavy for what it is, the materials used. So taking those things into account, I still think it is an excellent everyday carry knife. But there we go. I thought I'd just show you the kind of like pros and cons. Okay, but there we have it. Okay, well, thanks for watching. Please do comment, rate and subscribe. If you've had any experiences with this knife or a similar knife, please just do write it. It's YouTube, it's not MeTube, so go ahead. And thanks for watching. Take care.